Shalom, and welcome to Learning the Biblical Hebrew with Avraham ben Shalom. This lesson, listen in clearly and repeat. Yilech David. Yilech. Yilech David. Yilech David el Habayit. Here, in this conversation, he is saying, David will go to the house. Yilech David means David will go. El Habayit. El is the Hebrew word unto, or to. Yilech David el Habayit. David will go to the house. V. Is and in Hebrew, as in V'ishal, and he will ask. Notice in Hebrew there's a differentiation between and as we use in English, which is separate from the word. V is connected to the verb ishal, as in V'ishal, and he will ask. V'ishal et hamishpacha, and he will ask the family. In Hebrew, a definite direct object always needs the word et. This is why you heard in the statement, et hamishpacha. Here, the word hamishpacha is the definite word for the family. Ha means the. Mishpacha means family. Ha-mishpacha means the family. Notice in this statement, he says that he will ask the family. The family is the definite direct object in this sentence. Listen closely. V'yishal et ha-mishpacha, and he will ask the family. Let's start the sentence all over again from the beginning. Yilech David. David will go. El Habayit. El, to. Habayit, the house. Ha, the. Bait, house. Habayit, the house. Yilech David el Habayit. David will go to the house. V'ishal et hamishpacha, and he will ask the family. V'ishal, and he will ask. Et hamishpacha, the family. V'ishal et hamishpacha, and he will ask the family. Remember, always before definite nouns is the requirement for the word et needed. If the statement was said, Yilech David el Habayit, David will go to the house, V'ishal mishpacha, and he will ask a family. Here, et is missing, because mishpacha is an indefinite noun, which means a family. Let's hear that again. Yilech David el Habayit, v'ishal mishpacha. David will go to the house, and he will ask a family. Yilech David el Habayit, v'ishal mishpacha. David will go to the house, and he will ask a family. As opposed to the statement we said earlier. V'yilech David el Habayit, and David will go to the house, v'yishal et hamishpacha, and he will ask the family. Say the word to in Hebrew. El. Say the word and in Hebrew. V. Say the word he will ask. Yishal. Say the word family. Mishpacha. Say the word the in Hebrew. Ha. In Hebrew, the word the is always attached to the noun, as in ha-mishpacha, the family. Say it again. Ha-mishpacha, the family. In Hebrew, there are two forms, a masculine form and a feminine form when speaking. It is very vital and important to know the distinction between the two of them. For example, telech means she will go. Telech Sarah el hamishpacha. Sarah will go to the family. Telech Sarah el hamishpacha. Sarah will go to the family. In Hebrew, it is vitally important to know the distinction between the masculine and the feminine forms. Whenever a feminine noun is used, the feminine proper form of the verb also must be used, such as we used here, in telech. She will go. Telech Sarah, Sarah will go. Whereas we used before when we said, Yelech David, David will go. Yelech. Yelech means he will go. Yelech David means David will go. Telech Sarah el habayit. Sarah will go to the house. Tel. Telech. Telech. She will go. Telech Sarah. Sarah will go. Telech Sarah. Sarah will go. Telech Sarah el hamishpacha. Sarah will go to the family. Yilech David el habayit. David will go to the house. In Hebrew, in order to negate a statement, that is, in order to make a statement negative, such as you find normally spoken in English, as in, I won't. Won't is a negative or negation that's used in a sentence. Let's listen clearly. Tilech Sarah el hamishpacha. Sarah will go to the family. V'lo David, but not David. How do you say and in Hebrew? V. V. How do you say not in Hebrew? Lo. Lo. How do you say the family in Hebrew? Hamishpacha. Hamishpacha. Mish. Pacha. Hamishpacha. How do you say she will go? Telech. Tel. Lech. Telech. How do you say Sarah will go? Sarah telech. Sarah telech. In Hebrew, you can use the verb before the noun, or you can put the verb after the noun. There is no distinction here if you said tilech Sarah or Sarah telech. Both means Sarah will go. Sarah telech. Sarah will go. Say David will go. David yelech. David yelech. Or you could say it Yelech David. Yelech David. Say David will go to the house. Yelech David el habayit. Say David will go to a house. Yelech David el bayit. Yelech David el bayit. Say David will go to the family. Yelech David el hamishpacha. Yelech David el hamishpacha. Now say Sarah will go to the house. Telech Sarah el habayit. Telech Sarah el habayit. Now say Sarah will go to the family. Telech Sarah el hamishpacha. Telech Sarah el hamishpacha. You have already learned the masculine form yishal, which means he will ask. Now let's learn the feminine form. Tishal. Tishal. As in,
ותשאל את המשפחה.
And she will ask the family. Say, he will ask. Yishal. Yishal. Now say, and he will ask. Vayishal. Vayishal. Now say, but she will ask.
ותשאל. ותשאל.
Say, Sarah will go to the house, but not David.
תלך שרה אל הבית ולא דוד. תלך שרה אל הבית ולא דוד.
Now say, David will go to the house, but not Sarah. Yilech David el habayit velo Sarah. Say, David will ask. David yish'al. Say, David will ask a family. David yish'al mishpacha. Now say, Sarah will ask.
שרה תשאל. שרה תשאל.
Now say, Sarah will ask a family.
שרה תשאל משפחה. שרה תשאל משפחה.
Now say, David will ask the family. Yishal David et hamishpacha. David yishal et hamishpacha. Remember, there are two ways you could say this. Always remember as well that before the hamishpacha, there has to be said et, because hamishpacha is a definite noun. We will see this more and more as we find definite nouns are always pointing to specific persons, places, or things. Now say, David will ask the family. Yishal David et hamishpacha. Now say, Sarah will ask the family.
תשאל שרה את המשפחה. תשאל שרה את המשפחה.
Now say, David will ask the family. Yishal David. Yishal David. Yishal David et hamishpacha. How do you say the word he will ask? Yishal. Say, David will ask.
דוד ישאל.
David yishal. Now say the word she will ask.
תשאל. תשאל.
Say, she will ask the family.
תשאל את המשפחה. תשאל את המשפחה.
Say, David will ask the family. David yishal et hamishpacha. Now say, David will ask Sarah. David yishal et Sarah. Now say, Sarah will ask David.
תשאל שרה את דוד.
Notice that both David and Sarah are definite nouns, which in the similar case, as we see using the noun hamishpacha, both require the word et in front because it is the definite direct object of the sentence. Listen closely. Say, David will ask Sarah. David yishal et Sarah. Say, Sarah will ask David.
תשאל שרה את המשפחה.
Now say, David will ask the family, but not Sarah. David yishal et hamishpacha velo Sarah. Now say, Sarah will ask the family, but not David.
שרה תשאל את המשפחה.
Velo David. Here in this scenario, we are now going to be portraying the fact that she, Sarah, has gone over to the family's house in order to ask for eggs. She will begin by saying, Shalom. Shalom is the way for saying hello. Shalom. Shalom. Afterwards, she's going to be giving a statement of slicha. Slicha, which is excuse me in Hebrew. Say, excuse me. Sli. Sli. Slicha. Slicha. Now we're going to listen to a word. Very closely listen. Imi. Imi. Imi means my mother. Shalom. Imi afta ochel v'shachcha ein lano betzim. Imi. Imi, my mother. Imi afta, my mother baked. Imi afta ochel, my mother was baking food. Imi afta ochel v'shachcha, my mother was baking food and forgot. Ein lanu, that we don't have. Ein lanu, that we don't have. Beitzim, eggs. Beitzim, eggs. Shalom. Imi afta. Hello. My mother was baking. Shalom. Imi afta ochel. Hello. My mother was baking food. V'shachcha ein lano beitzim. And she forgot we don't have eggs. V'shachcha ein lano beitzim. And she forgot we don't have eggs. Here, the statement ein lanu means we don't have. In Hebrew, there are two ways of saying I have or I do not have. Yesh li means I have. Ein li means I do not have, as we find here being spoken of in the sentence. Ein lanu beitzim, we don't have eggs. In Hebrew, there are many ways of asking a question. Some are using question words, such as ma, what. Here, we're going to ask a question by literally saying ha. Hayesh lecha shnei beitzim? Do you have 2 eggs? Ha, as we heard in some sentences, means the word the. But you can always understand the differentiation between the and a question. This will be always identified by inflection. For example, Hayesh lecha beitzim? Here you can hear the sound that this is an inflection in the voice, which indicates the fact that this is a question. Hamishpacha, there is no inflection, which tells you this is referring to the family. Compare the sounds. Yilech David el hamishpacha. David will go to the family. Hayesh lecha beitzim? Do you have eggs? Notice the differentiation between ha in both sentences. Yilech David el hamishpacha. David will go to the family. As opposed to Hayesh lecha beitzim? Do you have eggs? Say the word eggs in Hebrew. Beitzim. Beitzim. In Hebrew, in order to say excuse me, we say the word slicha. Sli. Slicha. Slicha. Say the word excuse me in Hebrew. Slicha. Now say 2 eggs in Hebrew. Shnei beitzim. Shnei. Shnei beitzim. Say, we don't have. Ein lanu. Ein lanu. Say, my mother. Imi. Imi. How do you greet somebody? Shalom. Shalom. Say, my mother baked food. Imi afta ochel. Imi afta ochel. Say the word food. Ochel. Ochel. Now say, but she forgot. V'shachcha. V'shachcha. Let's play this scenario all over again from the very beginning. Yilech David el habayit, v'yishal et hamishpacha. Shalom, slicha. Hayesh lecha shnei bitzim? Imi afta ochel v'shachcha ein lanu bitzim. Yilech David el habayit, v'yishal et hamishpacha. David will go to the house, and he will ask the family. Yilech David el habayit, v'yishal et hamishpacha, v'lo Sarah. David will go to the house and ask the family, but not Sarah. Shalom, hello. Slicha, excuse me. To say excuse me, say slicha. Slicha. Hayesh lecha shnei bitzim? Do you have 2 eggs? Imi afta ochel v'shachcha ve'ein lanu bitzim. My mother was baking food, and she forgot we don't have eggs. This will conclude our lesson here in Lesson 1 of Learning to Speak in Biblical Hebrew with Avraham ben Shalom. If you have not mastered this lesson yet, please go over this lesson as you master the skills in learning to speak in Biblical Hebrew. We look forward to seeing you in Lesson number 2.